What if I told you that in 2001, a single PlayStation 2 game achieved something that most developers thought was impossible? No loading screens, revolutionary graphics, and performance that made other games look amateur. This is the story of how Jak and Daxter broke the rules of what consoles could do. Hello everyone, I'm Dan Gannott, the PS2 guy. Thanks again for joining my channel. If you enjoy my content, please like and subscribe and share my videos with others. Today, we're going to be talking about Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy, one of my favorite PlayStation 2 games, and I think one of the first games that really showed off the power of the PlayStation 2, what that emotion engine could achieve. It's one of those moments in gaming history where you just have to stop and go, wow, the developers really pushed the system to the limits on this one. And as good as Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy was, the games that came after it, the Jak 2 and 3, even more impressive. But today, we're just going to be diving into Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy. Let's start with the most obvious achievement, the complete elimination of loading screens. In 2001, this was revolutionary. While other PlayStation 2 games chopped their worlds into segments with frequent loading breaks, Jak and Daxter created a truly seamless experience. Up to that point, I can't think of any other game that did this. You could run from the opening beach all the way to the final boss without a single interruption. This wasn't just a gimmick. It required sophisticated streaming technology that could dynamically load and unload game assets as you move through the environment. The PlayStation 2 had severely limited memory compared to modern systems, making this achievement even more impressive. Okay, so here's where things really get impressive. The PlayStation 2 had one of the most difficult CPU architectures ever created for a gaming console. Many magazines stated that. Most games were lucky to achieve 50% CPU utilization, while poorly optimized titles barely reached 20. Jak and Daxter, well, they achieved over 60% CPU utilization. To put this into perspective, that's approaching the theoretical maximum performance of the hardware. The PS2's architecture required manual management of scratchpad memory, essentially forcing developers to manually control what would be an L2 cache in modern systems. Naughty Dog didn't just master this, they made it look easy. The visual achievements in Jak and Daxter were equally groundbreaking. The game featured dynamic lighting systems that back in those days were just unheard of. They were very rare on the PlayStation 2. Unlike many games that used pre-baked lighting, Jak and Daxter rendered real-time shadows and environment illumination that changed based on the gaming conditions. The particle systems were context-sensitive. The Precursor launcher would emit different effects depending on your location. In Sentinel Beach, you could see golden sparkles mimic sunlight on the sand, while Boggy Swamp featured denser, slower particles that looked, more like swamp gas. These weren't just pretty effects, they were integral to the world's storytelling. When I think about other platformers and I compare them with Jak and Daxter, other platformers from that same time period, Jak and Daxter really, to me, stands out in a league of its own. Games like Super Mario Sunshine, they used heavy fog and aggressive level of detail reductions to mask the hardware limitations. Jak and Daxter, it maintained visual clarity across vast distances. It was really something quite impressive for the time. The draw distance was just unprecedented. You could stand on a mountaintop and see distant islands, volcanic peaks, enemy camps with minimal to no pop-in. I keep going back to this draw distance thing with the PlayStation 2, but it's definitely one of the things that makes the PlayStation 2 stand out from some of the other systems of the time. You know, Naughty Dog was able to achieve this through sophisticated level of detail systems that would dynamically adjust geometric complexity based on your proximity to those distant objects or the up close. It was something new and impressive, and something that stands out on the PlayStation 2, and specifically with the Jak and Daxter games. Again, just truly impressive. So, the influence of Jak and Daxter's technical innovations, they extend far beyond 2001. The seamless world design inspired countless developers to pursue similar approaches. Modern AI upscaling projects have revealed just how sophisticated the original artwork was. When enhanced to 4K, the environmental textures retained sharp, coherent details that proved that the artists were working far beyond what the PS2 could display. This technical mastery didn't just create a great game, it advanced the entire industry's understanding of console optimization and world design, really. Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy, wasn't just a game. To me, it was a proof of concept that showed what was truly possible on the PlayStation 2. Games up to that point looked good, but not this good. Through revolutionary CPU optimization, groundbreaking graphics techniques, and seamless world design, Naughty Dog, well, they were able to create a technical masterpiece that still influences game development today. So, what did you all think of Jak and Daxter's technical achievements? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into gaming technology, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. I've got more technical retrospectives coming your way. Thank you all for joining me today, and thank you for watching my video. I really do appreciate you as the viewers, and for giving your likes and your comments to my videos. I'm going to be highlighting in just a moment some of the people who have given shout outs from where they're at. So if you would like your name highlighted and shown in our next video, please just give a shout out from where you're watching this video from. We always appreciate to hear from the viewers. I'm gonna just end this with and let the gameplay run for a little while. Thank you again for being with me for this presentation of Jak and Daxter and my thoughts. Appreciate you all. Bye.
What do you have in the basket?
Nothing to talk about. Them monsters patrolling the ocean took a bite out of me fishing rig. And now they're gobbling up me catch. No matter what I try, I can't seem to catch a single fish in this river.
Woo! Maybe it's your breath.
You think you can do better? Try scooping up river fish with a tiny net. I'll give you a power cell if you can catch 200 pounds of them critters. And then I'll let you and Shrimp here use my speedboat to get to Misty Island.
This gives me the creeps! And trust me, it's a whole new experience when you're covered in fuzz! Jump, then dive onto the teeter-totter.